when CVM Sports visited the school in rural St. James.
Not now. No. Right now we don't have that. I don't have that. Right? I don't have the chance of not playing the match. Because I said we have a few. The numbers were okay last week. It wasn't good yesterday, but today was poor. So tomorrow and the rest of the week, we'll see how it goes from there.
The devastation was evident upon arrival at the school. In fact, even getting to the school in the hills of St. James proved a challenge. The main road has been blocked off, and the alternate route took our team at least an additional hour to get there. When CVM Sports finally got there on Tuesday afternoon, training had been cancelled because not enough players turned up. That's been a recurring theme for Malden since the passage of Hurricane Melissa, as some of their players live in some of the most remote areas in St. James.
Well, it's been hard. We try to talk to them and also refer them to the guidance counseling department for all the persons who are suffering or finding it challenging to cope with everything that's going on. Now, we try to keep meetings with them on a regular basis before trainings, just to talk to them and get them back in the mental space to play some football.
In fact, the coaches have still not heard from some of the players 4 weeks on from Hurricane Melissa. They've been cut off by road and are not accessible by phone.
Okay, well, one of the players, well, they don't talk about it a lot to me, right? But one of the players, he said he has experienced a lot of flooding. Basically, his whole house has been destroyed, lost his belongings. Also, he said he's lost a few things in his time. His belongings, especially personal items like his school belongings and so on.
Since the resumption of training last week, they have not had as many as 10 players in training on any particular day. And the players who have turned up have not necessarily been part of the starting 11. But having said all that, assistant coach Delano Peters was still hopeful of returning to play so that players could take their minds off the hardship they're currently facing.
Well, I really want the football to happen. Right? For me, I want the football to play. But for the boys, it's difficult. For me, I want the football to play, but the boys are finding it difficult just to cope with everything going around them. So their mental level, like them wanting to play football, it's difficult to get them to play football because of what happened, right? Their mental capacity right now about football is not really at its highest level. But for me, I want the football to be played. Right, it's not about me really, it's mostly about the players.
And he's not alone.
The school community wants the football to be played. Everybody around the school, the principal, teachers, me as myself as a coach, we want the football. But without the boys, without the mental space, we can't have any football.
But alas, the mental, physical and financial state of the players, the physical structure of the school and other factors meant the head coach, Dylan Telwell, who was not present at training when CVM Sports visited, had to make the decision to withdraw the team from the competition.
You know, some teams have the capacity to have their players camped, dorm, they have the infrastructure, they have whatever it takes. For us, it's a bit difficult, right? Players coming from far, our cottage or our dorm is being damaged, so it's hard. Teams can prepare properly while we are struggling to get the boys together to have a training session.
ISSA announced last Friday that the Da Costa Cup would resume on Saturday, November 29, and the Manning Cup a day earlier. Malden were scheduled to play Christiana at Manchester High on Saturday as part of CVM TV's live and exclusive doubleheader. Malden's withdrawal means Zone 1 is now down to 3 teams. Their previous match against Cornwall College has been declared null and void. The top-ranked team that does not advance to the quarterfinals will be given a bye to the first round in the Ben Francis Cup knockout competition.
There you have it. I spoke about us featuring 2 major powerhouses and their coaches, 2 reputable coaches, Lester Hibbert and Andrew Peart. I had a chance to talk to them. Let's hear what they have to say. Coach, with the disruption of Hurricane Melissa, how have you managed the team's physical and mental preparation heading into the knockout level competitions like today's match?
It was about training lightly until we knew when we had a definite start date. Then you could make specific preparations for that.
This is the third meeting between you and Garvey Maceo this season. Your team won 4-0 on October 1st, but lost 3-2 a week later. After splitting the results, how much emphasis have you placed on correcting the key moments that cost you the last time out?
Those games that we play are behind us. A lot has changed since, so for us it's about focusing on being our best selves now and executing.
Your attacking numbers this season are impressive. Orion Watson with 23 goals, Aurel Miller and Dustin Cohen providing major contributions. How do you balance staying true to your attacking identity while being cautious of Garvey's counter threats?
It's a team effort. We attack as 11 and we defend as 11. So that's the most important thing.
Well, today's a big matchup. All the best, sir.
Thank you.
Coach Hibbert, with the schedule interruptions caused by the recent hurricane, how challenging has it been to maintain continuity in training and match readiness?
All right, so good afternoon. At the first phase, it was really challenging to get the boys together. But over time, we got them together. We got in some training sessions. We started the first game the other day. So it's just a continued process. It's like doing preseason all over again.
Your team showed incredible resilience to bounce back from that heavy defeat to win their next game. How did you learn about your squad in those contrasting moments? Well, the match is pre-Hurricane Melissa.
You're talking about the game against Glenmuir?
Yes.
Oh, it's just to fix some errors that we made from the first game. And you know the Cuban spirit, it's a never say never die attitude. So we just encourage the boys. We have to show some character, some guts, and they came out on that day and we were victorious, and we have to just say kudos to the boys because they are the ones that are putting in the work.
You talk about character and guts. Glenmuir has one of the most dangerous forwards in the competition with Watson on 23 goals. What is the plan to limit their attacking threats while still expressing yours?
Orion is a very good player, but at the end of the day, I can't tell you anything now. But you have to just look at the games that we played against him. You just have to stay close, show him respect, which is due unto him because he's one of the best young strikers in the country right now. So we just have to take it step by step when we are playing against Glenmuir and Orion Watson.
All the best today, Coach.
Thank you.
You've heard it from both of our coaches, and after this break, our commentary team of Leger Williams and Lyle Anthony Golding will be taking you through all the football action. Stick and stay.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these four boys dream of playing in the ISSA Schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield. CVM Television is the official broadcaster of ISSA Schoolboy Football 2025. Unauthorized recording, broadcast or streaming of matches or related events is strictly prohibited. CVM Sports ISSA Schoolboy Football is brought to you by KFC, Ping Pong, Catch, Water, Pringles, True Shake, Powerade, Burt's Auto Parts.
Four of the 8 quarterfinal spots in the ISSA Da Costa Cup competition have already been decided, and this afternoon's clash will either see the defending champions book their spot or astonishingly, go out at the round of 16 stage. Glenmuir High clash with Garvey Maceo, live and exclusive on CVM TV. My name is Anthony Golding. I'll be taking you through commentary this afternoon alongside me, as always, Mr. Leger Williams. And Leger, talk to me about this game, because it's not the first time that we've seen these two teams clash this season.
Yeah, and it's always a massive encounter. These two teams, you know, it's become quite a rivalry, especially over the last couple of seasons. from the Da Costa Cup semi-final of last season where Garvey Maceo prevailed. They're in the same group in the Da Costa Cup. We saw Glenmuir come out comfortable winners in the first clash, but then gave up a 2-goal lead to lose 3-2 in the second game. This game has become, quite the event here in Clarendon, and I'm hoping for yet another very exciting one. Glenmuir possibly with the opportunity, if results go, a particular way elsewhere, to possibly knock out the defending champs on their home patch today. So it's going to be a very big game, a game filled with intrigue, a game filled with quality players, and a game that's certainly worthy of being a Da Costa Cup final. It's so good to see that we're getting it in the round of 16. I personally can't wait for it.
Indeed, and I believe as the team's now ready to line up, we're going to have the national anthem. Teams ready and rearing to go. Garvey Maceo's Cubans in their yellow, Glenmuir in the red and white. All kits this season, of course, provided by the official kit sponsor of the Da Costa Cup, Soccer Express. With a game that's going to feature some sparkling talent indeed. Both these teams boasting some lethal hitmen, as you see pictured on your screen. The number 9 of Glenmuir, Orain Watson, 23 goals, 5 assists this season. He's been in scintillating form, but on the other side for Garvey Maceo, they do boast one Omarion O'Brien. Just the 4 goals this season for him, but 14 assists to go along with it as the refereeing team. Alexi Perry, Melvin Reed, Shavara Dennis and Andre Dorma are set to take us through this one, moments away from kickoff.
Yeah, Orain Watson, one of the most lethal scorers, goal scorers, probably in the Costa Cup history, as this Glenmuir team, led by Justin Murray in goal, Savina Johnson, Conroy Nicely, Kamari Ray, Denzel Watson, Orain Watson, Dustin Coyne, another danger man, Orel Miller also, James Wellington, O'Neill Headley, and Ricardo Binns. That's 11 that will take the field for Glenmuir. Their head coach, of course, Andrew Peart. And here's Garvey Maceo. Shavari Cayman will be in goal at Twain Morris, Malik Robinson, Tyreek McKinley, Jahari Williams, Rashawn White, Omarion O'Brien, Rajay McLaughlin, Javon Foster, Ajani Johnson, and Reese Roman, the man who came over from St. Jago High. Their head coach, Lester Hibbert, his second season, and boy was his first season at Doozy, leading Garvey Maceo to the Da Costa Cup title, looking to repeat that, but it's going to be a tough game here today to try and get to the quarter-final round. They do have the advantage, of course, currently with 4 points after 2 games, but Clarendon College, they'll be taking on Magati High simultaneously as this game, and if Clarendon get a positive result, a win, they have to get a win, and Garvey Maceo lose this game, it really could be Clarendon going through and Garvey Maceo being out. But we're off here at Glenmuir.
And it's the host that kick us off, put under some immediate pressure, and ball is going to trickle out. Thought it was going to trickle out for a goal kick, but it's actually going to be an early corner kick for Garvey Maceo. And I'll tell you what, they would love a flying start here from this corner.
And when we speak about corner kicks, it kind of has been the Achilles heel for this Glenmuir team. Mentioned that 3-2 come from behind win that Garvey Maceo had here at Glenmuir in the opening round. Garvey Maceo actually scored from 3 set pieces, 3 corner kicks. The deliveries have been tantalizing to say the least. Can history repeat itself early?
It's O'Brien's delivery, flicked on at the near post by a Glenmuir head, and it's a very good defensive header because it's going to fall to a Glenmuir forward action. He's going to win a free kick. Very well defended at the first time of asking by the hosts.
Yeah, that was Dinthill Watson, and I'm sure Glenmuir have had to pay very important attention to set pieces since conceding so many goals from it against his Garvey Maceo team. You mentioned Omarion O'Brien. Yes, he's a very lethal goal scorer, but this season it's all been about his creative chops. 14 assists to his name this season, many of them coming from those same set piece deliveries. As you see Dustin Cohen trying to turn in the midfield. One of the most experienced players in schoolboy football this season. One of the most experienced young players in schoolboy football, just based on his experience not only with national teams, but also in the Jamaica Premier League. Was once the youngest player in the Jamaica Premier League's history, Dustin Cohen, when he made his debut for Very United during the COVID season. So extremely talented, extremely experienced, alongside Orion Watson, aims to give a whole lot of trouble to Garvey Maceo as a throw-in on this far-hand side for Glenmuir.
The aforementioned Watson winning another throw on that far side. 2 star-studded teams in action. And absolutely no telling how this one's going to turn out, but there's sure to be fireworks. Potential long throw here towards the box. Headed out, but into a dangerous area. Glenmuir in, and Glenmuir have scored inside 3 minutes. And it's Dustin Cohen. Shell shock for Garvey Maceo, and the hosts take the lead.
Yeah, Andrew Peart stoic on that Glenmuir bench. He's not celebrating as yet. But Glenmuir off to a rocket start here. Dustin Cohen, all the praise technically often goes to Orion Watson, but you can't forget this man. 12th goal of the season, Dustin Cohen. Time and time again, he comes up clutch. He shows why Glenmuir were so eager to have him move over from Denby High. And in his second season, he's looking to lead them to glory. That goal, a big step in that direction. Glenmuir 1, Garvey Maceo 0.
Cubans have it all to do here. And as a reminder, that goal, combined with a potential Clarendon College win, could see Garvey Maceo go out, but there's still so much football to play. But an early goal, the last thing that Lester Hibbert would have wanted for his charges. They've given it away again here. Glenmuir looking to spring on the counter-attack. Some hard challenges going in. And eventually a foul against Garvey Maceo.
And Lyle, it's irony as well. I was mentioning that set pieces have been something that has affected this Glenmuir team, especially against Garvey Maceo. And it was a set piece, technically, that long throw-in coming in from Ray, that was the undoing of Garvey Maceo and their defense.
And we spoke about it this past weekend on commentary as well, how much more prevalent long throws have been, not just in schoolboy football, but at every level. And it's already proved to come to fruition for the hosts, and it's a free kick here for Garvey Maceo. Just inside their own half. Williams plays it across. Cubans looking to come forward still. More tough challenges going on in the midfield, but it's come all the way back now. Pressure for Cayman.
Yeah, Garvey Maceo, I'm sure, will not be too phased by being down early. Yes, it is a blow, it is a big blow. especially against a team like Glenmuir that they know can run riot against them and have run riot against them this season already. Mentioned that 4-0 win the first time they met in the first round. However, in that second game, Glenmuir were up by 2-0. Garvey Maceo did come back, so they do have that will within them to come back from these tough situations. But this game is entirely different to a first round game. Much more at stake. Tough challenge, that one coming in from Wellington, I believe. The right back for Glenmuir.
Jahari Williams springs back to his feet immediately and thankfully, as it was a crunching challenge, but it's another long throw. Potential danger here for Glenmuir, but they do get it clear. As Kamari Ray boots it away. He spoke about the team splitting the early season series between the two in the first round. Obviously the last game before that was in the Costa Cup semi-finals last year when Garvey Maceo, after a 0-0 draw in extra time, came away winners on penalties. It's a fixture between two teams that know each other all too well. I mean, Garvey Maceo may take some solace in the fact that the away team in this fixture so far this season has won every game. Glenmuir lost at home to Garvey Maceo. Garvey Maceo lost at home 4-0 to Glenmuir. But Garvey Maceo now have it all to do. Looking for the skill to beat his man, but Glenmuir win it back initially. It's back now with the Cubans. Looking for the long ball over the top. Nobody really on the end of it. And the pass back to his goalkeeper by nicely. Cleared well. But again, the pressure in the midfield for Garvey Maceo. There's a strike from distance that's deflected. But it's going to take a kind spin for Glenmuir. And now they can hook the ball clear down the line and out for Garvey Maceo throw.
Yeah, it must be said that albeit that Glenmuir have had a quick start in terms of the goal, they have been a little bit lackadaisical when they've picked up the ball in deep areas, allowing Garvey Maceo to apply some pressure early. And Garvey Maceo have already won the ball back in some of those dangerous areas. So something certainly for Glenmuir and their coaching staff and players to look out for.
As Garvey Maceo come flying down this right side, another crunching challenge. And that time the assistant referee saw something wrong with it. And it's going to be a free kick in a very dangerous area now for Garvey Maceo. And Omarion O'Brien struts over to this right touch line, looking for another lovely delivery into the box potentially.
Yeah, and every time some of these set pieces come up, I have to mention how dangerous Garvey Maceo, and in particular Omarion O'Brien, is with these deliveries. He's going to use his right foot here, try and bend this into what you would say, Lyle, the corridor of uncertainty.
Indeed. Instead, he goes short to the edge of the box. It's a flicked on pass. And Roman was lurking, but it's been cleared only as far as a Garvey Maceo player. They're still coming forward, and it's another strike from distance. Very speculative from Tariq McKinley and Justin Murray. Watch that one all the way.
And needed to as well.
There's a ball over the top here. It's a dangerous one, and the keeper's missed it. But thankfully for him, his defender is there to cover. And Malik Robinson sweeps up for Shavori Cayman, as it could have been a very, very hairy moment for the Garvey Maceo custodian.
Still could be a bit hairy, as it gives Ray a chance again to put a long throw in.
But the ball over the top and just misses it completely, whiffs. As I said, Robinson did so well. As the long throw is taken, it's headed more up than out, and it's still with Glenmuir, challenging for it in the box. But Garvey Maceo come away with it, and now they can look to clear down the line. Here's Omarion O'Brien. Has a lot to do here, not much by way of support, and in the end, even he can't take that one and turn it into a substantial attack for Garvey Maceo.
Yeah, had a lot to do, as you mentioned. A lot of players to take on.
And a massive coming together between two Garvey Maceo players. And Javon Foster has come off worse for wear, and the referee's called for a pause to the game. It's a head injury potentially. Just 10 minutes played here, and if you're just joining us, yes indeed, scoreline is already Glenmuir 1, Garvey Maceo 0. It was a very, very early goal from Glenmuir. And we will keep you updated on the other match in this zone, because there are massive potential implications as Justin Murray goes down for Glenmuir. So there is going to be another slight break in play. As I said, we'll keep you updated. Clarendon College taking on Magotty High as well this afternoon, the other game in Group 3. Before things kicked off, Garvey Maceo sat on 4 points and plus 1 goal difference. Clarendon College just on 1 point and minus 1 goal difference. So as Leger said earlier, a win for Glenmuir here and a win for Clarendon College, provided they score more than 2 goals, or provided the goal difference balances out, could mean that Garvey Maceo goes out at the round of 16 stage.
Yeah, a lot of factors to be taken into consideration. Goal difference an important one as well.
The crowd in Glenmuir more than up for this game. Glenmuir coaching staff still just having 1 or 2 words with their players. It's an extended period of break here, as I believe Justin Murray is still receiving treatment just outside your picture, but referee now going to resume with a drop ball for Garvey Maceo.
We did say the fans were up for it. They have every right to be. How successful Glenmuir have been in the past few schoolboy football seasons. 3 consecutive seasons with a trophy. But they've won the ball high here.
And it's potential for a quick attack. They instead look to retain possession. Here's Kamari Ray out wide to the left. Decent play here from Glenmuir. It's actually very good play. Oh, he skipped away from the challenge brilliantly. He's got support in the middle. One is Watson. Misses his control, and the shot from distance is off target that time. Dinthill Watson was coming in. Glenmuir still with potential for the attack, but now Garvey Maceo get it clear. And they look to spray on a counter-attack of their own. It's a decent ball forward, but well defended by Glenmuir, but they've given it away. End-to-end stuff here. Garvey Maceo with numbers now. It's 3-on-3, but the touch is poor. But he's won it back. Astonishing play. It's into the middle, but the touch evades him. It's still in with danger. Glenmuir cannot get it clear, and eventually, Justin Murray gets onto it. Absolute madness in the box.
Yeah, it was mayhem. Absolute mayhem from both teams initially. Glenmuir giving it up in a precarious area. Garvey Maceo taking full advantage. But when it was time to put the ball into the back of the net, it was last-ditch challenges everywhere for this Glenmuir team. A host of players down. So much going on in that Glenmuir penalty area. But at the end of it, it's Glenmuir with the ball. And it's still 1-0 to the team in red.
Yeah, Orion Watson, massive chance. The touch evaded him, and the shot from distance from Watson was always going off target. And then right down the other end came Garvey Maceo. It was a heavy touch, but look at the work rate. Gets it back into the path of Rajay McLaughlin, but the first touch is what really and truly killed off the move. He still tried to sweep it home, but in the end, he just swept away the foot of the Glenmuir defender. And somehow, Glenmuir escaped unscathed. I'll tell you what, we've certainly had quite an astonishing opening 11 to 12 minutes of this fixture. And Ajay, just going to turn to you here. What have you made of, in terms of looking at the game from a tactical perspective? I know you spoke earlier about how Glenmuir were allowing Garvey Maceo to press them high up the pitch. In terms of the last 5 to 10 minutes, we've seen really to and fro, end-to-end stuff.
Yeah, and I think this Glenmuir team, naturally they would want to prioritize much more control Garvey myself made it very difficult for them to enforce any control really over this game. As it relates to Glenmuir, they have been trying to pass the ball around, but both teams, I think most of their attacks have come from mistakes or forced errors from either team's press. So that's certainly something to look out for. Both teams, I think, haven't been as fluid on the ball as they would like to be. Glenmuir just a little bit more so, and that has led to them not only having the lead, but more chances as well.
And they could have another chance here. Goalkeeper has to get there. That's exceptional sweeping from Shavori Cayman, because it was real danger there. A very, very high line being played by Garvey Maceo that time. Glenmuir nearly exploited it. He spoke about the fact that it was all just a bit sloppy at the moment. Of course, this is not even a full week into the resumption, or just over a week into the resumption of schoolboy football after the passage of Hurricane Melissa. These teams, as coaches spoke pre-game, saying that it was sort of like a new pre-season, trying to get teams back up to speed. And certainly we've seen it over the past couple of games that we've had live and exclusive on CVM TV, that teams certainly aren't at their flying best, which you'd expect, to be fair, with the lack of training. But a potential here for Glenmuir with another long throw.
Yeah, this time it looks as if it's going to be O'Neill Headley.
He's a long throw. Glenmuir player climbed the highest, and they're going to keep it in. They're going to prevent a goal kick. They won't, actually. Savinia Johnson was at the byline trying to keep it in, but in the end the assistant on this near side was watchful. Garvey Maceo take the goal kick short once more. Maureen Watson looking to put on the early pressure. And again, Garvey Maceo give it away, but very, very luckily for them, Malik Robinson was expertly placed. He won it back, but another hairy moment. And this time Robinson just passes it into the feet of a Glenmuir player. But again, luckily for Garvey Maceo, it's their throw.
Yeah, they got really lucky on a couple of occasions there as they were trying to build out from the back. Glenmuir not necessarily putting on a heavy squeeze, but cutting the passing lanes. Not allowing it to be easy for Garvey Maceo to advance through the thirds. But they do have a throw in here.
And they now have an opportunity to commit some bodies forward. It's Tyreek McKinley stands with this throw in. More potential for another long one. The ball is over now on this right side. Obviously set pieces continuing to play a massive, massive part in this game. Long throw led to the first goal. Long throw there again, providing danger for Glenmuir. And obviously, as we spoke about Marion O'Brien, his expertise over set pieces, exceptional. Lovely first touch that time. Tried to play it around the corner with McKinley. One back by Glenmuir. Another good pass through the lines. It's good possession play at the moment from Glenmuir, just keeping a hold of it, not letting Garvey Maceo get near it. Lovely switch of play. It's really good stuff here from Glenmuir as he tries to go through the back of the defender there. Could have been a free kick potentially for Garvey Maceo, but the referee says it's only a throw. Kamari Ray over to the far side to take the throw. She's going to leave it here. Johnson.
Yeah, Saviana Johnson, who was actually, by all accounts, man of the match against Clarendon College in Glenmuir's 2-1 victory over them in the second game of the round of 16. Kamari Ray actually scored what many might say was the goal of the season in that game as well. Brilliant volley from the top of the box to give Glenmuir all 3 points in a massive game.
Free kick here for Glenmuir. Instructions being barked in by the touchline. Lovely flick from Watson. Gets it round the corner. Ball out wide in there. First time cross into the box, and it just gets caught under the feet of Orel Miller. I think he was trying to cheeky little back heel that time, but in the end trickles out harmlessly for a Garvey Maceo goal kick.
Yeah, excellent movement down that right hand side from Wellington. Orel Watson did really well to find him, create space for him. It was a good cross as well, but in the end, Orel Miller advancing into that central space, couldn't sort his feet out, I think, and in the end, Garvey Maceo could avoid any serious danger.
Ball over the top, cleared away. The first time and nearly turns into a brilliant pass for Orel Watson, but in the end, he was offside. The Glenmuir captain. Back in play now with Garvey Maceo.
He tends to find a way to affect games in any way, shape, or form. Orel Watson. 23 goals this season. Staggering 81 in his schoolboy football under 19 career. In his 4th season of the Costa Cup action. Very experienced player.
There's another experienced player in Marion O'Brien driving down the byline. Can he keep it? And he pulls it across. Very dangerous play, but well defended again by Glenmuir over the head of Watson. Hooked into the sky by Javan Foster, still with Garvey Maceo though, as they look to reload. Speared out wide. Once again, here's McKinley looking down the line for Marion O'Brien. Well defended by Wellington. Gone out for another Garvey Maceo corner kick.
Yeah, another throw-in, or a corner kick, I beg your pardon, coming up for Garvey Maceo. Marion O'Brien again getting another opportunity to try and cause some danger.
O'Brien's in-swinger. Oh, it's a dangerous delivery. And somehow it stayed out. Actually, I believe going to be a goal kick here for Glenmuir. As that ball was whipped viciously right into the 6-yard box, right on top of Justin Murray. Nonetheless, the score remains Glenmuir 1, Garvey Maceo 0. It's actually gone out all the way on the other side for a Glenmuir throw, which is taken down the line by Headley. Booted into the afternoon sky. Headley once again with the header. Another Garvey Maceo throw. Just speaking about the dangers of Watson, Coach Hubert did say pre-game his team would show Orel Watson respect. Rightly called him one of the best forwards in not just rural area football, but in schoolboy football in general. He's had a very big impact in the opening of this game, and again it's going to be a shot from distance from Garvey Maceo, and there was some power behind that one from Malik Robinson.
Yeah, but very well claimed in the end by Justin Murray. Had to be very firm behind that one. One of the many Glenmuir players who have been involved in national camps for Jamaica, national teams for Jamaica at the unders level, the youth level. Justin Murray at under 17 level has been involved. Orel Miller, the man who's fouled now, also has been involved at under 17 level. Orel Watson at under 15, 17 and under 20 levels. Dustin Cohen, the same. But the experience is not only in schoolboy football for these Glenmuir players. That's why the expectations are typically so high.
The referee has seen something he's not quite happy with. He's actually seen Justin Murray go down once again. It's not very promising signs here, as it's the second time he's gone down in about 10 to 15 minutes. Nonetheless, it's another opportunity for coaches Hibbert and Peart to have some discussions with their charges. So far in this game, You'd have to say Glenmuir been the more impressive when it comes to their possession play, as we've come to expect from them this season. Been confident on the ball. Been very good defensively when it comes to dealing with the set pieces of Amari and O'Brien. And so far, they've repelled all necessary danger and they've took their chance brilliantly. Murray just seeing some treatment, it looks like, on his ankle.
Has been carrying an injury throughout even the break, Justin Murray. Have to wonder if these frequent stoppages are maybe a byproduct of that.
Could very well be. Just about ready to get underway once more. 26 minutes played here at Glenmuir. And that Dustin Cohen goal. I mean, that scoreline still reads Glenmuir 1, Garvey Maceo 0. Still so much time for the Cubans to try and get back into it. Just as well, still time for Glenmuir to come forward here and try and extend their lead. Good challenge that time. Then well won back by Rashawn White. Out towards Roman. Turns back, plays it back to his midfield partner. And White's attempted clearance goes out for a Glenmuir throw. There's Kamari Ray. Throws it down into the feet of Rain Watson. Challenge from behind, but fairly so. And now Garvey Maceo can look to drive forward. He's given Amari and O'Brien so much to do there. And even the pace of O'Brien couldn't get to that one. And now it's a potential for a Glenmuir counter-attack, but it's a vital interception from Javon Foster.
Yeah, needed to be done. Advancing was nicely. A lot of fluidity in this Glenmuir team. Many players versed in playing in multiple positions. I think there has been a lot of chopping and changing this season in particular because of the loss of a couple of players from last season. A couple of very important players.
Brilliant skill there from Dustin Cohen. One of their important players this season. It's a good ball into the box as well. Oh, he still kept the hold of it fantastically. Miller pulls it across, and I think it has just gone out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick to Garvey Maceo. And that combination between Miller and Cohen down the right side, proving dangerous once again.
Yeah, two massive players for this Glenmuir team. But they lost both of their fullbacks from last season, Brandon Wallace at right back, Pneumonia Blackwood at left back. But most importantly for me as well, it has been the loss of Jason White, who was the anchor of their midfield the previous 3 seasons, and for my money, one of, if not the best holding midfielder in all of schoolboy football. So it has been quite a challenge for them to replicate what he can bring. Often he would allow them to play with a single pivot. They haven't been able to do that this season. They've chopped and changed many different double pivot systems and combinations. Today it's Kamari Ray and Denzel Watson at the base of midfield. And I think it's taken away just a bit of flexibility that they could have tactically, Glenmuir, but the talent that they have, especially at the top end of the pitch, it's hard to be argued with.
Definitely inclined to agree with you as we inch over into half an hour played here. And Kamari Ray thought he was going to go long once again. He instead goes short. It's hooked into the sky. He's going to have a chance to do it again here, Ray. This one a bit closer to the corner flag. And this time he does intend to go long with the throw. This was how they scored the first goal. Throwing is dangerous, hooked away very well, and it's going to come to Roman. Lovely bit of step overs, gets away from one challenge and then from another, maintains position. The pass is a bit loose, could lean to Glenmuir possession, and it does so. Orien Watson once again takes the snapshot. One of the first times in this game he's had a bit of space to wriggle and get a shot away. You saw the power behind that one, but it was just wide. of that near post.
Yeah, and he really doesn't need much space. He doesn't need much time when he's getting those shots off of Rain Watson. And be absolutely lethal. But this time, the shot just trickling wide in the end.
Goal kick taken short by the Cubans. Now out wide and now long into the channel. It's a poor touch that time from Rashawn White. It's another Glenmuir throw. It's all been just a bit sloppy at the moment for Garvey Maceo. When they've had opportunities to drive on the counter-attack and drive into space, it's shown a lot more promise, but every time you see them try and build out from the back or maintain some possession, it's been difficult. Here's a chance with one of those quick attacks though with Marion O'Brien. Just tried to go inside and then out, but Wellington was wiser to it. Won it back, and he's won a throw as well.
Yeah, I think often, especially on those transitional moments, I think they've just left their attackers with too much to do. Marion O'Brien, when he's trying to go forward, has had to take on 2 or 3 players, no players in close proximity to combine with, really.
There's Jahari Williams. Under immense pressure from Earl Miller. Now it's Marion O'Brien forced all the way back to the halfway line and indeed all the way back to his goalkeeper, Shavori Cayman.
Garvey Maceo splitting their centre-backs as wide as possible, trying to stifle any opportunity that Glenmuir would have to press.
And there's a long ball up towards the striker. The header is missed initially by Glenmuir, but the clearance is blocked. And O'Brien looks to keep this in, and he will do so. Possesses bags and bags of pace. Here's Robinson once again. Man who had the latest opportunity for Garvey Maceo, that strike from distance. There's O'Brien once again. He's actually won the ball back here. That's really good work rate from Marion O'Brien. Shifts it onto that right foot and looks for the ball into the channel, and he actually could have left that there. It could fall dangerous here for Garvey Maceo. Thought it might have touched an arm, and it did. That time Rajay McLaughlin was caught by the referee illegally using his hand.
Yeah, advancing, trying to cause some problems on that last line.
Oh, there's a slip at a crucial moment. Again, another chance for a Garvey Maceo counter-attack, trying for the 1-2, and as I said, it's just been a bit sloppy that time. Reese Roman, his return pass was loose, and Rain Watson, is in behind. He's onside as well. And he's got a man on this far side. It's a good enough ball. Miller's in the box. Oh, what a tackle that was. Latwayne Morris had to get it right, and he's still battling away on this far side. That time too aggressively. It was good defending initially, but in the end just a bit too overzealous as Ricardo Binns wins the free kick.
There was a good fight back from Binns as well. Undone initially, but came back well. Won the ball and eventually won a free kick in a dangerous area. Dustin Cohen standing over this one, the goal scorer in this game so far.
Potential for a dangerous delivery. Cohen, it's a very dangerous delivery. The header is flicked on, and Owen Miller makes it 2-0 to Glenmuir. The set pieces have told the story so far. 34 minutes played. Glenmuir High 2, Garvey Maceo 0.
Yeah, and it's the irony of them all. Dustin Cohen with a fantastic delivery. An absolute peach. Orel Miller, you cannot leave a man like that unmarked in the box. The faintest of touches to guide this one into the far post. Absolutely no pressure on him. And Garvey Maceo's bad start has gotten from bad to worse. And they're under some serious pressure now to overcome this, to maintain their stay. And so that they don't relinquish their hold under the Costa Cup title.
And you saw in the box there, Garvey Maceo defenders pointing at each other. Frustrated because, as you said, Miller, with a free header, the delivery was inch perfect from Cohen. And again, Garvey Maceo off the kickoff giving it right back to Glenmuir. It's going to be a throw-in on this near side. Perfect delivery and perfect header as Watson tries to flick it over the head of Robinson. Ball goes high into the sky. Back with Kamari Ray. Skips away from the challenge of Roman. Glenmuir, that's brilliant skill that time. Conroy nicely indeed. Out wide now, Aurel Miller. Overlap here. It's good play again from Glenmuir. Oren Watson's in the middle. Here's Denzel Watson against two Cuban players. Tries to just flick it in behind, but wasn't on the same wavelength as Aurel Miller that time. Garvey Maceo, goal kick. And as you mentioned, in the first meeting, or excuse me, the second meeting between these sides, as Shavori Cayman goes down, in the second meeting, Glenmuir went 2-0 up before Garvey Maceo scored 3 unanswered goals. So despite the fact that, again, it's a mountain to climb for Garvey Maceo, they've done so before. They've done so against these opponents. Andrew Peart spoke pre-game about the fact that they would have to adjust. So far, there's really not been much indication of a Garvey Maceo threat to this Glenmuir goal, but so much can change so quickly in schoolboy football. But as things stand, Glenmuir dominant. And Garvey Maceo could be going out of the competition at the round of 16. As I said, we will bring you updates of the game that's going on elsewhere. Clarendon College taking on Magotty. Clarendon College, the team with the opportunity to take advantage of a potential win for Glenmuir here.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on Garvey Maceo now.
And I'll tell you what, I just said we would bring you updates, and we have a massive update indeed. The scoreline currently, Clarendon College 4, Magotty 0. So as things stand, Garvey Maceo are going out. The holders of the Da Costa Cup are going out at the round of 16. Leger, I mean, as things stand in Clarendon, it's not looking like Magotty are putting up much of a fight.
Yeah, and it's actually a pretty similar story to what we saw last season as well. Clarendon College, they were the defending champions. And here at Glenmuir, in the round of 16, this is where their journey came to an end. And now here at Glenmuir once more, Garvey Maceo, as we see how the 2 goals have been scored. Dustin Cohen arriving late. Pure finish. And then he would later put in an assist. So 12 goals, 12 assists now for Dustin Cohen, but that now means that Clarendon's goal difference has gone up to a +3 with 4 points. Garvey Maceo's goal difference is now down to a -1. So unless Garvey Maceo can at least eke out a point in this game, the holders will be out of the competition at this stage. And that's just the jeopardy of the Da Costa Cup, because the groups are so difficult even at the round of 16 stage, as that's a good pass played through, but Aurel Miller can't get there before Cayman. But the groups are so difficult, such quality all around. You have a team like, even outside of this group, Group 2, for example, Stets, Ocho Rios High, Stets being the Ben Francis Cup winners, looking to go a step further this year. Ocho Rios High, a team that made it all the way to the semi-final last season. Group 4, with teams like Manchester, who are also looking like they might be out of the competition.
Indeed.
A team that would have broken the goal scoring record for the first round in the Da Costa Cup. But they're now matched up with Mannings, who also went undefeated in the first round. Dinthill, who now are coached by Lenny Hyde and are perennial favourites, as Justin Murray claims at Long Cross. And then to round off that group, it's McGraw High, who made it to the final last season. So the difficulty in these groups is quite exceptional. That's a lovely piece of skill
And he's still going here. And it's really and truly been a red wave as Kamari Ray blasts that one out of play. Reese Roman wasn't too happy about it. And there's also a player down, I believe, for Glenmuir as the fourth official, just having a word with the referee, and it's actually going to be a yellow card here. As the yellow card is for Reese Roman. I believe it was just a push on Kamari Ray. And referee doesn't look like he's done here. Alexi Perry. He is rather. Going to resume with this throw-in. Because Lester Hibbert still having some words here with the fourth official, and he's talked himself into a booking, the Garvey Maceo head coach.
He was trying to avoid it, I think. He's never usually that far away from the action, but decided to stay as far away on that occasion. I think he really wants halftime in this game. Lester Hibbert accomplished great things last season and did seem poised to do the same this season as well, because it must be said these teams were in the same group. That might be offside, and it is. These teams were in the same group in the first round. The Costa Cup, that's Zone I. And it was actually Garvey Maceo who finished top of that group by virtue of beating Glenmuir the second time around. 24 points they accrued. Glenmuir finishing second on 22. Kemsil were also in that group, who are currently in a battle themselves to get to the quarterfinals. So really quality group, and that's a dangerous pass, but swept up in the end. Johnny Johnson doing the defensive work there. So Garvey Maceo did have a very good start in the first round. It seemed as if they'd be poised to continue that run. But it's been difficult for them in this round of 16. 0-0 draw against Clarendon College in the first game, a 3-2 win against Magati last time out. And now they're 2 goals down here at Glenmuir, with elimination staring them in the face.
I mean, not only are they 2 goals down, Leger, but they've really showed very little signs of getting a goal themselves in this game as we inch over into first half stoppage time. Glenmuir, in far the better of the two teams, taking advantage of their 2 set pieces, yes, but in overall play as well, they've been exceptional. The Garvey Maceo press hasn't quite worked out for them. And then on the counter-attack, it seems dangerous every time for Glenmuir, because Garvey Maceo are playing a noticeable high line, and the Glenmuir attackers, particularly Watson and Miller, have been playing just off the shoulders of the Cuban defenders. As you see, Garvey Maceo right up on the halfway line. Watson now drops deep, skips away from one challenge and plays it back to his centre half. Shoot to Headley, and now it's another ball over the top, and Aurel Miller's going to get to this one. They're beating the offside trap again. Miller cuts it onto that left foot, shoots to the near post. It is 3-0 to Glenmuir. Aurel Miller wheels away in celebration. Came and left so much space at his near post, and it was expertly dispatched by Glenmuir's number 11. And at the moment, Garvey Maceo look like they're going out. Glenmuir 3, Garvey Maceo 0.
Yeah, and this game is following a very similar trend to what we saw the first time these 2 teams faced off this season. And you just mentioned that high line. And Glenmuir have the talented passers of the ball to exploit that. And more than that, they are very talented attackers who can cut in and cause damage just like that. Aurel Miller, a man of experience, a man of quality, a man of poise, has given Glenmuir a 3-goal lead in this game.
It was a lovely, lovely ball over the top from Kamari Ray. And they've been doing that all first half, really, trying to time their passes, trying to beat that outside trap as Kamari Ray pulls down Amari and O'Brien, and we've entered 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half, and I think it is going to be, yes, a yellow card for Kamari Ray. I'll tell you what, Garvey Maceo all first half have been flirting with danger. And Kamari Ray, whose long throw led to the first goal, picked out a perfect lob ball over the Garvey Maceo defense and got an assist for Aurel Miller's third. And now, I mean, unless Garvey Maceo who come forward, another fantastic challenge, and it's Kamari Ray again. He's everywhere at the moment.
He's been involved in 2 of the goals, a direct assist for the third, that throw in for the first. And he's really been a revelation in this team, slotting in at left back and also in central midfield. Garvey Maceo, that pretty much sums up their first half. They've had some danger from set pieces. Nothing too, I would say, strenuous on the Glenmuir defense. They've had a shot from range that troubled a bit. But all in all, it's been Glenmuir posing all the questions and Garvey Maceo struggling to find the answers.
And there's so much to think about here for Lester Hibbert at the halftime break. I mean, you think for them now, they have to try and get a goal back in first half stoppage time, and they certainly can't afford to concede, as there's numbers here for Glenmuir once again. Oh, he just tried to slip it in behind there. It's falling to Aurel Miller though, and it just sliced off his left boot. Another dangerous moment, and Aurel Miller couldn't get that one right.
Yeah, just lacked a little bit of composure on that occasion. If you were to juxtapose that finish with the quality that we saw for the third goal, how he got his chest over the ball for that finish, and this time just seemed a bit rushed, I would say. Garvey Maceo, I'm sure, praying for halftime in this game.
And we're just about 15 seconds away from halftime as Garvey Maceo come forward. It's it's not O'Brien, it's Javon Foster here. Infield for Reese Roman, looking for the return pass. Glenmuir player goes down, still with the Cubans. Drives to the byline, another great challenge. Foster wasn't too happy about it, but his opposite number, James Wellington, did really, really well. It's going to be a corner kick for Garvey Maceo, last chance for them in this first half to potentially grab a goal back and give themselves some momentum going into halftime. Amari and O'Brien comes across to take the corner. Whipped in dangerously, and it went all the way through, and it came off a Glenmuir boot for another Garvey Maceo corner kick.
Yeah, those deliveries are vicious from Amari and O'Brien. In swinging, a lot of pace, as flat as possible as well. It's causing problems, but they're not getting the significant touches that they would have gotten a game ago when these two teams faced off.
O'Brien comes across again, but I think he's going to leave this one here for Jahari Williams. O'Brien remains the option short. It is going to be Amari and O'Brien. He just slipped that time, but it comes back to Williams. And it took another nick. Going to be another corner. 3 in a row here for Garvey Maceo, and Glenmuir have to stay switched on.
Yeah, that was really well worked, you know. Corner kick routine.
Comes across to Amari O'Brien once again. This time he's going to use his left. Can he produce the equal quality? Oh, he definitely can. Flicked onto a Glenmuir body, and it's cleared away, and surely now. But it's still with Garvey Maceo as they come forward once again. Here's Foster. Plays it in behind for Robinson. Aurel Miller gets back and does his defensive work well. He goes down. And Robinson and Miller going face to face. I think Millers won the free kick that time. And the referee, Alexis Perry, still just looking to keep a lid on things here because, as I said, these two familiar foes, these teams know all about each other. And now just a talking to for both players as tempers are flaring just a bit. But the Glenmuir fans are in full voice. They know they're already going through to the quarterfinals. But with the result here, they also know that they could be sending their old foes out to the competition. That is halftime here. It's been a fantastic showing from Glenmuir High. Dominant from minute 1 to minute 50. And the halftime scoreline reads here at Glenmuir High. Glenmuir 3, Garvey Maceo 0. We'll be right back after this short break.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
Much quicker. And you need to make sure. Need to. I'm the coach. And I'm the assistant coach. No. Your job is to bring the water and keep us hydrated. Matter of fact, where's the water? I've got it, coach.
Turbulence to future, I'm have to end that CVM. See it happen. We've got the love others are searching for. I'm still loving you, even though you're gone. I could have been one of the most notorious. Keep it royal. Give thanks and praise for life. Thank you very much. Go bang! Bang, bang.
Welcome back to CVM TV's live and exclusive coverage of the DaCosta Cup 2025. It's been a heavyweight clash between these two big teams, but the halftime scoreline reads Glenmuir High 3, Garvey Maceo 0. We'll take you through the first half highlights and what's been a really dominant showing from start to finish for Glenmuir. The first goal came very, very early on. Kamari Ray's long throw wasn't dealt with by Robinson and it fell to Dustin Cohen, who made no mistake. First time finished, opened his body up and slotted it past Shavori Cayman. That goal came inside 3 minutes and Glenmuir showing no signs of slowing down as they skipped past another challenge, pulled it back to Orion Watson. He couldn't control, and then the shot from Dinthill Watson was going well wide. Garvey Maceo came right back down the other end, trying to build an attack of their own. Good work rate, and it was pulled back eventually to Rajay McLaughlin. His touch was poor. He came sliding in, throwing his boot at it, but couldn't in the end turn it home. Another chance for Garvey Maceo was a strike from distance from Malik Robinson, but in the end Justin Murray got behind it, and then this peach of a delivery from Dustin Cohen, found the glancing header of Aurel Miller to get his first of what would be 2 goals. This was his second. Good ball over the top from Kamari Ray into space. He beat the offside chap, cutting onto that left foot and made no mistake. Cayman left too much space at his near post for a striker of the lethal nature of Aurel Miller. Wheeled away in celebration and made it 3-0 to Glenmuir at halftime. Final bit of danger as the corner kick was swung in by Amarian O'Brien, but nonetheless, it remained 3-0 at halftime. 6 shots from Glenmuir, 3 on target, all 3 of those finding the back of the net. 5 shots from Garvey Maceo. It's been an aggressive encounter. 5 fouls from Garvey Maceo, 3 from Glenmuir. A yellow card for Reese Roman. No red cards, obviously. 5 corners for Garvey Maceo. None of those come to fruition. And Glenmuir being caught offside twice. And Garvey Maceo edging the possession 55 to 45. And we're going to go to Janae Robertson, who's on the field with some interviews.
6, 7, 8, 9. It is halftime, so you know we're here with the fans in the stands, and I'm here with the Color Reds, a group of boys, some of them in 5th form, some of them in 4th form, but these boys love football, and of course they're loving the score right now. So I'm here with Tyre and Romain. Yes, Tyre, talk to me. You've seen the boys play so well so far. 2 goals before halftime. It seems as if Glenmuir is making a statement.
Yes, I would say so, because, well, it's not, I'm expecting that. Like, it's my side. Glenmuir Heights been, always top in this,
Tyre talks about it being something that he expected. We've seen Glenmuir do well in the past in the Da Costa Cup, but this year, how much more would it mean for Glenmuir to come out on top?
I mean, it would mean a lot for the team, because a couple years we'll go far, I mean, Glenmuir has a very extraordinary coaching staff and extraordinary players, talented players. So I'm expecting them to win the cup this year.
All right, let's also talk about today's game. They've scored 2 goals so far. How much goals do you think they'll score by the end of the match?
Glenmuir 5, Garvey Maceo 0.
Okay, well, big scores there. He says Glenmuir 5, Garvey Maceo 0. Is there anything, even though you guys are performing good, that you think needs to be fixed in the squad for the remainder of the match?
Oh, no, I don't think so, personally. They're playing perfect at this rate.
All right, well, you've heard it from the boys. We're here at Glenmuir High and we're having a lot of fun. The girls are dancing, the boys and the fans continue to come into the stadium. So you're going to want to stick to CVM and see it happen.
Choo-choos amazing, taste so good. Feed your craving, chocolate rich. You'll be craving more and more and more and more. Here comes the craze. Ping pong chairs and choo-choos. Feed your cravings, you know you want to.
Now it's a party with ping pong.
We are back. Yes, we are back. After 37 days, schoolboy football is back, but under different circumstances. Far different circumstances.
The confirmed death toll from Hurricane Melissa has climbed to 45.
The destruction Hurricane Melissa left in her wake is undeniable. The disruption of lives, displacement, and in some cases, absolute desperation were palpable. But in the midst of despair, it is sport which can provide an escape. Hope can shine brightly even after the gloom of disaster has brought darkness. And that hope can be found in the teamwork, community, and camaraderie built through sport. ISSA Schoolboy Football is aiming to lift the nation's student athletes and the wider Jamaica out of the perils they face after the storm. times of struggle, the Jamaican spirit of resilience will continue to shine through sport.
Man been legendary, tell them nothing about the base ordinary. Don't size up with CVM, you know ready. Them not in a my category. Listen, man, this is Bay C, and you're in tune to CVM. See it happen.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central. It's a decision that even assistant coach Delano Peters didn't see coming up to Tuesday when CVM Sports visited the school in rural St. James.
Not now. No. Right now we don't have that. I don't have that. Right? I don't have the chance of not playing the match. Because I said we have a few, the numbers were okay last week. It wasn't good yesterday, but today was poor. So tomorrow and the rest of the week we'll see how it goes from there.
The devastation was evident upon arrival at the school. In fact, even getting to the school in the hills of St. James proved a challenge. The main road has been blocked off, and the alternate route took our team at least an additional hour to get there. When CVM Sports finally got there on Tuesday afternoon, training had been cancelled because not enough players turned up. That's been a recurring theme for Malden since the passage of Hurricane Melissa, as some of their players live in some of the most remote areas in St. James.
Well, it's been hard. We try to talk to them and also refer them to the guidance counseling department for all the persons who are suffering or finding challenge to cope with everything that's going on. Now, we try to keep meetings with them on a regular basis before trainings, just to talk to them and get them back in the mental space to play some football.
In fact, the coaches have still not heard from some of the players 4 weeks on from Hurricane Melissa. They've been cut off by road and are not accessible by phone.
Okay, well, one of the players, well, they don't talk about it a lot to me, right? But one of the players, he said he has experienced a lot of flooding. Basically, his whole house has been destroyed, lost his belongings. Also, he said he's lost a few things in the storm. His belongings, especially personal items like his school belongings and so on.
Since the resumption of training last week, they have not had as many as 10 players in training on any particular day. And the players who have turned up have not necessarily been part of the starting 11. But having said all that, assistant coach Delano Peters was still hopeful of returning to play so that players could take their minds off the hardship they're currently facing.
Well, I really want the football to happen, right? For me, I want the football to play. But for the boys, it's difficult. For me, I want the football to play. But the boys are finding it difficult just to cope with everything going on around them. So they're mental.
When the bus the man, I want to watch my son play finals on CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Greatness begins here. Yo, this is Governor representing of the CVM, you know. See it happen and CVM right now. Yeah.
Welcome back to CVM TV's live and exclusive coverage of the ISSA Schoolboy Football 2025 Da Costa Cup round of 16. Yes, you're reading that scoreline correctly. It's Glenmuir 3, Garvey Maceo 0 at halftime. And as things stand, the holders of the trophy, Garvey Maceo, are going out. They have it all to do, Leger. You think they'll be able to climb this mountain?
Oh, it's going to be a very tall task, that's what I'll tell you for sure. They have come back from 2-0 down against Glenmuir this season previously to win 3-2 here at this very venue in the first round. But this game today, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel as if they have what it takes, but there are still 45 minutes to play. Lester Hibbert, their head coach, is a very inspirational man as well. But if they're going to, they'll need to really get on their Zoom pretty quickly.
As Alexi Perry gets us back on the way. Garvey Maceo immediately giving the ball away though. What they certainly cannot afford in this game is to have another slow start to this half. If you're just joining us, Glenmuir opened the scoring within 3 minutes. Dustin Cohen had the ball in the back of the net. Shavori Cayman was beaten off a long throw. And Glenmuir with Orion Watson now, back over to Wellington. Looking to just maintain some position. That's lovely play from Wellington. Skips away from the challenge, but he couldn't keep it in the end. Throwing down the line, and Garvey Maceo are in here. Play down the line. It's O'Brien. Fantastic challenge.
Penalty.
Not so fantastic in the end. I thought for sure he claimed the ball there, but Omarion O'Brien has the ball in his hands and Alexi Perry pointed to the spot.
Yeah, it's Conroy Nicely who was sliding across there. And early in the second half, Garvey Maceo have an opportunity to lessen this deficit and possibly get right back into this game. Here's that move down the left-hand side. They pinched it. The tackle coming in. And it was an immediate call by Alexi Perry.
What a moment this could be for Omarion O'Brien. Provided most of the threat in that first half from set pieces for Garvey Maceo. Could this be the catalyst for them? O'Brien steps up and scores. It's 3-1. Still a lot to do for Garvey Maceo, but Omarion O'Brien, their leading man, their talisman. Maybe, just maybe, he's gotten them back into this game.
And a yellow card dished out to O'Neal Headley.
Omarion O'Brien's 5th goal of the season. And just as Glenmuir opened the scoring in the first half within 3 minutes, Garvey Maceo have scored a goal themselves very early on in this second half. Expertly taken penalty.
Yeah, extremely confident as well. That is 5th of the season. Omarion O'Brien and Glenmuir, they'll have to steady themselves now. And hopefully for them, it's none of those bad thoughts of that first round clash creeping back into their head.
Yeah, Lester Hibbert, you can see him there barking out instructions, trying to get the Garvey Maceo fans into this game. He knows that they do have a real opportunity here.
Yeah, very energetic head coach is Lester Hibbert. I said that he was very instrumental to this Garvey Maceo team because of his energy. And that's that energy that saw Garvey Maceo pull out some excellent results last season and this season as well. He knows that he will take a mammoth effort to get the better of Glenmuir in this game. But they've already started well in the second half.
Just a reminder for Garvey Maceo, all they need here is a draw. Clarendon College, when we last checked in, were 4-0 up against Magotty. And as things stand, Clarendon College still level on points with Garvey Maceo, ahead on goal difference. But 2 more goals for Garvey Maceo would mean they leapfrog Clarendon once again and save themselves and continue their campaign to retain the Da Costa Cup. But Omarion O'Brien's lost out. It's out wide for Aurel Miller. Scoops it into the box, and that's certainly going to be a free kick. It's actually going to be a free kick for Garvey Maceo, as Dustin Cohen is Joshua fouled his man there, headed up, and another crunching challenge. Referee says nothing doing, and it's gone out for a Garvey Maceo throw in. Lester Hibbert trying to get them back into it quickly. Still with Garvey Maceo, now played into the midfield. Poor first touch, and Glenmuir win it back. Here's Watson. Good challenge that time from Robinson. Hooked into the sky and headed Garvey Maceo player. That time it was White. Ball out wide now. Looking for that slide rule ball in behind. Still with Garvey Maceo though. Looking to put on the pressure here. Glenmuir on the back foot. You hear Lester Hibbert barking out orders at O'Brien, telling him to go. He's gone down the line, pulled it back, cleared away by Glenmuir. Oren Watson, good control on the chest, but he couldn't hold it up. He was crowded out. And the ball in behind here, it's found its way to a Garvey Maceo player down this right side.
And it's actually a foul. Saviana Johnson, the culprit. And it's pretty obvious to tell in the opening exchanges of the second half who has all the momentum in this game now.
Free kick taken by O'Brien. It's into a dangerous area again. And it misses every single player in yellow for Garvey Maceo. And Glenmuir escape and the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, and practically every single one of those deliveries are causing major issues for this Glenmuir defense. Unable to deal with any of them in a good way. They're just escaping really pretty luckily. And that's a bad challenge coming in from, I believe it's Denzel Watson. But only the foul, and Garvey Maceo get things back underway quickly.
And that time Johnny Johnson was in at the back post trying to get on the end of that Marion O'Brien free kick. And again, Garvey Maceo coming forward. They've got numbers once again. Cutting in. Now driving down the byline. Back onto his right foot into the feet of O'Brien. So many bodies in red around him, but he's found his way to the byline and he took the snapshot. In the end, it's gone over for a goal kick, but he's in the mood now.
Yeah, he certainly is. Glenmuir need to find a way to slow this game down in some way, shape, or form. Escaping a crowd of 4 Glenmuir players there, Marion O'Brien. As Headley launches it long, looking for Denzel Watson, who couldn't get around his man.
And again, Garvey Maceo now looking to flow forward. Williams is forced back. Now it's played out wide. It's a lovely little play out wide. The first touch means that Miller can come in and win the ball back for Glenmuir. Throwing on this far side. Wellington down the line. Glenmuir winning the second ball with Dustin Cohen. It could fall for Oren Watson. Is hooked away though. Only as far as a Glenmuir player under pressure there. And still under pressure, Glenmuir and Garvey Maceo win it back. Here's O'Shawn White driving into the space, spinning away from the challenge and playing it out wide. Looking for the substitute, Rakesh Jones. Now played infield. Here's O'Brien over on this right side now. Got support, but he's tried to beat Kamari Ray all on his own, and Ray that time was on a yellow card, did so well. That's fantastic work from Ray and Watson. It's 1 against 3 at the moment. Watson's still going, he still hasn't got much for support. And that time the final touch was just too heavy, even for a man of his quality. Gone out for a goal kick to Garvey Maceo. Glenmuir fans still in full voice here. Despite the fact that Garvey Maceo have come out in the second half with wind in their sails. And so far, Just about 10 minutes in as that another shot from distance, and that one is comfortable for Justin Murray.
Yeah, he'll prefer those strikes from range over dealing with those set pieces any day, Justin Murray. As a Glenmuir player is down in their own territory. Looks as if it's a blow to the face as well.
Scorelines coming in and around the Da Costa Cup. Currently, Stets leading Ocho Rios by 2-0. It's still Clarion 4-0 against Magotty, and Kemps Hill leading 3-0 against Old Harbour. Scorelines coming in as well in the Manning Cup. St. Andrew Technical and Wolmer's locked in a 0-0 draw currently. Excelsior leading 3-0 against Tivoli. St. Catherine leading 2-0 against St. George's College. Big time matchups everywhere you look. Still here, Glenmuir 3, Garvey Maceo, and that injury has just taken the sting out of things here. And Garvey Maceo would not have wanted that, as they've been, as I said, much improved in the second half. Jay spoke about Lester Hibbert being an inspirational head coach, and you have to assume his halftime team talk was something special.
Yeah, and what he's been doing on the sidelines as well, it's almost as if he's the 12th man on the field, living every moment. You see him there in your background. This Garvey Maceo team is currently playing against 10 men, and they win a foul.
That time it was White who won the foul. Again, Lester Hibbert has animated a head coach as you'll ever see. O'Brien's free kick. You can hear the instructions. Just whip it hard. He's going to try and do so. Indeed he does, but he doesn't beat the first man. Still with Garvey Maceo, and it's going to be a shot from way out. I took a nick, which took all of the sting out of it. And again, it's an easy one for Justin Murray.
The second goal for Garvey Maceo would do wonders.
Ball is now back in play.
Not only for momentum, but for confidence as well, as we see Johnson. That's a poor pass, however, trying to release. I believe it was Ricardo Binns on that far side.
And the time just a bit too heavy from Johnson, because Binns was away, and I think they'd beaten the offside trap once more. And this time Garvey Maceo, it's speared down the line. It's a very good ball. It's going to be kept in, and they've actually got numbers on this far side. Played into the box, spins away from the challenge, driving out to the byline, pulls it across. And it's straight over the bar that time from Tariq McKinley. And again, Justin Murray not at all happy with his defenders, as we're going to have the first substitution of the game for Glenmuir, as Kamari Ray goes off. And he's going to be replaced by Tevin Ramadial. Goal kick for Glenmuir. Taken short and put under pressure by Amari and O'Brien. Composed play though by the Glenmuir high defenders. Now down the line, looking in behind once again. It's a poor clearance. Could turn into a chance here, but luckily for Shavori Cayman, the spin was kind to him. Took it out of the path of Denzel Watson. And Cayman's goal kick was a good one, but in the end, two Garvey Maceo players running into each other, affording possession back to Glenmuir, who now can come forward. There's Dustin Cohen, who's got space. Played out wide now for Ricardo Binns. Looking to drive against his man. It's a poor touch, but he still got it. Another brilliant challenge from Garvey Maceo, and it could turn into a good pass. It has. The flag stays down. It's Amarian O'Brien. It's 1v3 though. O'Brien onto his right foot. Good defending from Headley, and he gets it clear. Just too much that time to do for Garvey Maceo's talisman.
Yeah, and Headley did very well there. Remained calm against O'Brien, put himself between man and ball, but the chance still remains, at least temporarily, as Glenmuir breaks away now through Cohen.
Heavy touch, and it afforded the chance to a Garvey Maceo player to win it back. And I think the referee initially played advantage, but Rain Watson's pass was intercepted. And a player down, I think it's Dustin Cohen there. Just feeling the effects of that challenge.
He has already laid his imprint all over this game, Dustin Cohen.
Goal and assist. Lovely finish and an equally brilliant delivery for the goal of Aurel Miller, who's also had a massive impact. A brace for him this afternoon. Just now past the hour mark at this breaking play. Still, Garvey Maceo in the second half probably been the better of the two sides.
Certainly the more intense.
And we said at halftime that Garvey Maceo would have a mountain to climb. They've certainly started that trek in the second half. Still, though, much to do. As we take another look at the goals here. First goal, opening goal of this match, Kamara Ray's long throw, not cleared well enough by Robinson. It fell right into the path of Dustin Cohen. As I said, fantastic finish, first time. And then Cohen turn provider, peach of a delivery, glancing header from Aurel Miller. No chance again for Shavori Cayman. And then Kamari Ray, who's now gone off. Ball over the top for Miller, 1v1 face to face with his man, cut inside on that left boot, and then just unleashed a driven shot back across goal. Very Kylian Mbappe-esque finish there, cut inside and then whip it back to the near post. But in the second half, Amarian O'Brien's penalty made it now 3-1, and Garvey Maceo certainly are not dead just yet. A draw will do it for them, but they need to find 2 goals from somewhere.
Well, they've already shown that they have the capability of piling on the pressure and piling on the goals in the second half of games. And Glenmuir are a team this season that has been, I would say, capable of conceding. It's not the only Garvey Maceo that has come from behind against them. Manchester High as well came from 2 goals down to draw 2-2.
The clearance missed though, and a big chance here for Glenmuir. Rain Watson's in, and it's a crucial challenge from Ajani Johnson. Maybe just not the right option with the pass that time, because there was another player on the overlap for Glenmuir.
He had 2 options there and he chose the central one. I do agree with you that it probably wasn't the right choice.
Now with Garvey Maceo still. Ball out wide. Looking for Jones. Drives away, lovely. Bit of skill there. Still to the byline, but the assistant referee saw that the ball had gone out of play. And it's a goal kick, but really good play that time from Marquise Jones. Came on at halftime. Hasn't seen too much of the ball, but that time showing his silky dribbling ability, but couldn't quite keep it in. As Glenmuir get it back in play, bit of pressure on the ball here. As Ramadale had to turn away from pressure, but now Glenmuir on it. Looking for the ball into maybe Watson. Binns has won it back though. But a crucial touch that time from Latwain Morris. Good block though. Still with Glenmuir, and they've gone down, and he's done really well to buy a free kick that time, I think, because there wasn't too much contact on his back.
Yeah, I think he really sold that well to the referee.
Still with Glenmuir here. Ball out to the right side. Now cutting infield. Crowd roaring him on, and that's going to be a free kick surely, and I think it might just be a yellow card as well because Aurel Miller was on a flyer there.
Yeah, pretty easy call for the referee. And now Aurel Miller is down because of that contact.
Very, very dangerous position this.
Yeah, especially the types of players that Glenmuir have at their disposal. We've seen what Dustin Cohen can offer from set pieces, but also that number 15 behind the ball, O'Neal Headley, has a ferocious strike on him. Really does have a ferocious strike on him, does O'Neal Headley, and it's a very central area, so it could easily be the left or the right-footed option, the right foot of Dustin Cohen or the left foot of O'Neal Headley. Dangerous, dangerous scenario this for Garvey Maceo.
Yeah, Watson's now left it. It's going to be Headley or it's going to be Cohen. Big chance for Glenmuir. It's Headley! It's another peach! O'Neal Headley restores Glenmuir's 3-goal lead. And he absolutely blasted that one in. Glenmuir high 4, Garvey Maceo 1.
Yeah, we've seen him do it on big stages, at big times, in big moments. And O'Neal Headley, the centre-back, with a left foot of a wizard, has provided magic once more. Has finesse in his bag. This time he has dipped even deeper and gone for power instead. An absolutely brilliant strike that Cayman could only get a hand to and not keep out. And if the job wasn't more difficult before, Garvey Maceo are under some serious pressure now. 23 minutes to go. It's 4-1. They have 3 goals to get to stay into the Costa Cup.
Such was the ferocity of the strike from Headley. Came and got something on it. And I'm sure his left wrist is probably still feeling it. Glenmuir still away celebrating. And after they've done such good work in the second half so far, Garvey Maceo, they'd come out looking inspired, they'd come out looking motivated, improved. They got the early goal as early as you would have needed it. But no, again, they'll need 3 more. But as time continues to tick away, as Garvey Maceo get us back on the way, we could very well be seeing the holders go out. Ball down the line, header on, and right into the feet of Justin Murray, but the player is down, and he's going to need some attention here. There was a clash of heads, and Tariq McKinley still down. And yeah, this does look like a pretty serious one. And both players being looked at. Looked like McKinley was potentially the one that came off worse for wear. And judging by the reactions of the Garvey Maceo players, does not look promising.
Yeah, it was a Really bad clash of heads there. And you could see the reaction immediately, actually, from the Garvey Maceo players.
Both players still down, receiving treatment. It was McKinley from Garvey Maceo. Didn't quite catch who the player was from Glenmuir. But we are going to have quite the lengthy stoppage here. Thankfully, both players sitting up now as we take another look at it. There's a ball over the top. Both players going for it in earnest, and yeah, it was James Wellington, the right back of Glenmuir, as well as Tariq McKinley. Both players earnestly trying to get the ball, and both still down receiving treatment. But as I said, hopefully with them both sitting up now, there isn't too much serious damage. And I mean, legit, for Garvey Maceo, now, with how serious the injury looked, or looks for Tariq McKinley, look on the faces of the players for Garvey Maceo, as soon as you just conceded, and now you have this other breaking play, you're not too sure what's going to happen to your teammate. It's the last thing they could have wanted as they're trying to get back into this game, trying to stay in the Costa Cup.
And it's their captain as well, McKinley, their leader, driving forward from left back. It is a big blow, but I think that free kick from O'Neill Headley might have been the hammer blow as well. Because looking at things, Glenmuir know how dangerous of a team Garvey Maceo are. Glenmuir have been favourites before in the Da Costa Cup. I would say they were favourites last season to win everything. They won the Champions Cup, then got to the Da Costa Cup semi-final to face this Garvey Maceo team. Heavy favourites in that game, but an excellent tactical plan from Lester Hibbert and his team, who executed it very well. Where Garvey Maceo's, or Glenmuir's, I beg your pardon, their undoing. And I think when it comes on to Glenmuir, getting rid of such a big rival will not only do a lot for their psyche, as we see how they got this 4-1 lead. Dustin Cohen first. Will not only do a lot for their psyche, but they're eliminating the defending champions and a team that can certainly hurt them in the latter stages. So it's a win-win here for Glenmuir. And this is how they've gotten into position. Orel Miller, excellent finish, scoring his second of the game. Has been extremely dangerous himself, Orel Miller. A penalty was given up. Omarion O'Brien tucked it away. Orel Miller then won a free kick that O'Neill Headley drilled with ridiculous ferocity to give Glenmuir a 4-1 lead. Seems as if McKinley is all patched up, heavily patched up as well. He's a warrior, he's a fighter, McKinley.
As is James Wellington, both players patched up back to their feet. Thankfully, as it's going to require a change of shirt, is Wellington. But we are now back on the way with Glenmuir. Ball down the line, challenge from behind, but advantage played. And now they look to switch it out wide, but that pass has far too much on it. From Dustin Cohen. Throwing for the bandaged Captain McKinley. Doesn't beat the first man, and now it's back with McKinley. Still going to battle. The ball's gone out for a Garvey Maceo throw. Throwing taken down the line. It's hooked away by Nicely. And then one back by Ricardo Binns. Played back and then through. Now for Orel Miller. Orrin Watson now. Still isn't on the score sheet himself. Would certainly be looking for a goal, but it's now found Dustin Cohen. Cohen cuts it onto that right foot. Looks for the back heel to Ricardo Binns. Fantastic intervention that time. Had to be done, and Garvey Maceo now can look to lead the counter attack, but the pass was not as good as the interception from White. And now it's Glenmuir, end-to-end stuff now. Looking to come forward. Here's Cohen once more from Binns. Dustin Cohen. Oh, he drives onto that left foot. He's got options in the middle. Pulls it back. Watson was there, but the pass was not quite accurate enough. And the clearance from Garvey Maceo up towards the halfway line for Glenmuir through. I think another player's down in the box.
Yeah, had much more time, I think, than he would have known. Dustin Cohen didn't have to play that pass when he did.
All smiles on the near side for Saviano Johnson. All smiles for Glenmuir and their faithful. Because, I mean, coming into today, they knew they were into the quarterfinals, but they also knew this was an opportunity to vanquish an old foe, to take down a big favorite in this competition, to eliminate the holders and ensure that going into the next round, it's one more big team that they wouldn't have to deal with, as this treatment here needed for Garvey Maceo's defender. Looks like Malik Robinson, but another stoppage in play as we trickle over into 72 now. 73 minutes played, and we're certainly going to have at least this 6 to 7 minutes added on, maybe more at the end of this game. It was a lengthy stoppage for the clash of heads, and McKinley still, I think, needing some attention on the bandages. And you wonder if Lester Hibbert just maybe wants to make the change. And again, Robinson has been vital to this team. He's now having to be bandaged up, patched up on that knee. He is now back to his feet, walking very gingerly. And not quite sure how much impact he'll have in the remainder of this game, as he's gone down once again off the pitch. So with how things are looking, you have to assume that he won't be able to continue. Glenmuir, though, eager to get things back underway, and they have done. Throw-in taken. Garvey Maceo a man down, and they were still having some conversations on the far side with Lester Hibbert, but Glenmuir in the end don't take the numerical advantage. Instead, they go back now to Headley. Played forward looking for Watson. Good challenge that time. Orrin Watson still challenging, doing some defensive work, face to face with Rashawn White, and That time, Watson gives away the throw, which is taken quickly. Headley's challenging there, and then the ball goes right out of play. Latwain Morris that time puts it out, and it's a Glenmuir goal kick.
Yeah, when it comes on to Garvey Maceo, they're having to press pretty intensely. That's leaving a lot of gaps in between the lines for Glenmuir to exploit. Substitution occurring now.
Yeah, and it is going to be the captain going off. And he's going to be replaced here by Tyrese Willis.
So around 9 minutes to go in regulation time, but we are expecting a lot of stoppages because of that long stoppage, the head injury that 2 players suffered. Glenmuir looking to pile on the misery, but intercepted in the end.
Yes, there was 2 substitutions for Garvey Maceo. Also coming on was Thaddeus Fleming replacing Malik Robinson, who we saw go down off the pitch. And he's now been substituted. So fresh legs on now for Garvey Maceo as they still look for 3 goals that they need to keep themselves in the Da Costa Cup. Clearance is only as far as Fleming. Down the line looking for Marion O'Brien. Good challenge there. It's 1 back by Wellington. And Glenmuir now still on it. Driving the ball into the feet of Binns. Now looking for the overlap. That's brilliant play. Oh, but the touch at the crucial moment from Saviano Johnson was just poor. But again, the possession play, the passing play from Glenmuir been great all day. That time the final action just lacking a bit, but really promising stuff. Ball back towards the goalkeeper. He's put under pressure and he deals with it really well with a hairy moment, and then another one as the control is missed, but they've still got it, but only momentarily. And he falls to the ground, but he still won it. And now Dustin Cohen could be away in behind. He was looking for Orain Watson, who was making that run right through the middle. Crucial interception for Garvey Maceo.
Not often that Glenmuir score 4 goals and Orain Watson isn't involved somehow.
Such is the quality, as DJ rightly mentioned throughout this game. It's a team with bags and bags of experience, bags of attacking quality. And even though it wasn't Watson today, combination of Cohen and Miller has been utilized to lethal effect by Glenmuir. They're still on it now. Ramadale gets it forward. Now back with the substitute.
Still so much space for this Glenmuir team, and that's a nice touch. It was Binns. There's going to be a yellow card issued.
Latwain Morris, who's been booked for the late challenge. And you can just feel that at the moment, the energy, the motivation has just left Garvey Maceo, and I think those 2 long stoppages, as well as obviously conceding the 4th goal, hasn't done them any good. There's more substitutions coming now. for Glenmuir. But they look a team that's defeated and deflated currently. Double sub for Glenmuir. Both Dustin Cohen and Ricardo Binns going off. Being replaced by Christopher Rodney and Jonathan Tomlinson. As the ball is back underway, it's a hooked clearance by Ramadial, which does really well with. Garvey still on it. It's one back though by Glenmuir, and Orion Watson's on his bike if they can find him. Here's Miller. Pass is just behind Orion Watson.
Probably should have released him a bit earlier.
With Miller again, who's gone down and he's won a free kick. And that's the last thing that Garvey Maceo need currently. Just under 5 minutes plus what will be a hefty amount of stoppage time at the end of this game. It's a game that was aggressive and hectic, but in the last 20 or so minutes, it's really petered out with those injuries and stoppages. And with that fourth goal, Glenmuir looking for a fifth goal though. It's a very good delivery over the head of Watson. And a good challenge on Tomlinson there. Challenge made by Jones. It's out for a Glenmuir throw, and they are in absolutely no rush.
Yeah, it's seemingly pretty comfortable for them.
Headley's throw towards Watson. Good first touch, and it's going to fall to a Glenmuir player. And it was a golden opportunity for Christopher Rodney. I think it might have been his first touch of the game. Just tried to open his body up and then curl that one into the top corner, but got under it a bit too much there, Leger.
Yeah, he did. Had so much space to the far post there to aim for, and that's exactly what he was aiming for as well. But I think the pressure at the last minute as well would have aided in him not finishing that chance well.
A strike came in from distance from Rashawn White. Gone well over the bar, and he's now just looking to get the ball back. Just hurry up, Justin Murray. But as you'd expect, Glenmuir players in no rush. Neither are the ball boys, who was the person that was holding up the play that time. A challenge coming in, but still good play from Glenmuir. Rodney went down, but it was a fair challenge, and it's only going to be a throw-in. Glenmuir, though, might be not in any rush, but they're in no way resting on their laurels. They're still coming forward. Still looking for a potential fifth goal in what's been an already big statement performance. And I mean, I know anything can happen in football, so I'm hesitant to say a statement win just yet. But as things stand, it's looking overwhelmingly like the current holders of the Da Costa Cup are going to go out, as another flying challenge comes in. But it comes to Orel Miller. Just slips at the crucial moment, but gets it back to his man. Trying the intricate plays on the edge of the box there, Glenmuir. But Garvey Maceo able to get it clear. Once again, back with Glenmuir. Back with Ramadial. Headley. And the press now of Garvey Maceo has also faded away as this game ticks away. Team that looks defeated. Looking for the 1-2 that time was Glenmuir. Still a bit sloppy at times, but they've kept it in really well. Looking for the ball into the middle. Poor pass though. Garvey Maceo driving forward. It's a good defensive intervention, but it is going to be a corner kick for Garvey Maceo. And as we've seen all day today, Omarion O'Brien has put in some really good deliveries, but it's actually not going to be O'Brien as they look to take this one quickly, potentially.
Yeah, they're opting for the in-swinging option.
Corner kick swung towards the back post. It was nearly a free header. It's still going to fall, and it's hooked over the bar by a Johnny Johnson.
Going to see shortly how much time will be added on at the end of the 90 here.
Glenmuir look to play things out once more. As we enter a minimum of 9 minutes of added time. And with Garvey Maceo needing 3 goals in 9 minutes, things are really and truly looking bleak for the defending champions. Drop of the shoulder on the Glenmuir defender, and now it's into the feet of Arain Watson, who's under very little pressure. And the Garvey Maceo players look like they know they're beaten, but a ball in behind for Arain Watson, who's in here. Big chance. Big tackle, says the referee.
The ball's actually been kept in.
Has crossed to the edge of the box. And it was a chance for the substitute, Ramadial. Just tried to guide that into the bottom corner, but it skewed off his boot and gone out for a Garvey Maceo goal kick.
Yeah, I think he had much more time to control and set himself. But in the end, the shot not accurate. Saw Denzel Watson with an opportunity just like that earlier. As Glenmuir make another change. Nikolai Hibbert making his way on.
Header up and out by Glenmuir. Now into the middle of the field for Denzel Watson. One of many players who's had a good game this afternoon. Watson looking to challenge. He nearly won it well, but it's still with Garvey Maceo. Still with Latwain Morris, who's on a marauding run here. Plays it across the box. It was a huge chance, and it's a chance that goes begging, but it's still in here. Omarion O'Brien. Played out to Rashawn White. Looking for O'Brien once again. It's a lovely ball in behind. Omarion O'Brien! Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. It may just be a consolation, but that is something out of the very top draw from Omarion O'Brien. Round about 6.5 minutes to play. Glenmuir 4, Garvey Maceo 2, Leger.
Yeah, and he keeps on providing moments of quality. Omarion O'Brien, what a talent he is. And he has been finding ways to keep Garvey Maceo in this Da Costa Cup, and my word, that was an exceptional way to do it. High quality strike. You said it might only be a consolation. You're probably right. With only 6 minutes left to go in stoppage time, 2 more goals to get, but we've seen some crazier things in football.
And it was a team in Garvey Maceo that it looked like all their heads had dropped. They looked dead and buried. They still yet might be, but Omarion O'Brien had something to say about it. His second goal of the game. And Garvey Maceo now coming forward again. Looking to switch the point of attack. And the header. Oh, but he's won it back, but again, dangerous play that time. And the referee was always going to blow his whistle against Tyrese Willis. Free kick to Glenmuir, and a crucial opportunity for them to take some sting out of the game. As it was Headley who went down. And time continues to tick away. Headley's free kick boots it long, and it's actually a gorgeous pass, but the control just evades Miller at the crucial moment. And Garvey Maceo looking to come forward. They nearly won it back there. But in the end, it's Glenmuir possession, and they've got to keep a hold of this here, Glenmuir.
Garvey Maceo have gotten another wind.
Indeed, and they've got it once again. Here's White, skips away from one and another, but he loses out. But the referee's seen something, and he's...
Looks as if he took a card out immediately.
And he's signaling for a free kick in Glenmuir's favor. Might have been just a very lash swing of the boot from Rashawn White. Another free kick for Glenmuir. 4 minutes of added time to play. 4 minutes for Garvey Maceo potentially to get 2 goals. As the ball comes all the way through to Shavori Cayman, gets it clear, and there was a speculative effort over there from Errol Miller. Into the waiting arms of Cayman, who now goes long. The header is missed. It could fall to O'Brien. It's actually going to be a handball there against Ramadiel. Free kick opportunity for Garvey Maceo. And you know exactly who's going to take this one.
Yeah, goal now would certainly rattle the nerves of Glenmuir. And boy, Garvey Maceo on just a bit.
And this is quite some distance out, but I tell you what, Amarian O'Brien doesn't look like he's thinking about passing this one.
Yeah, certainly lining up a strike here, I think. Dead straight behind this one. I think he's going to put his laces through it.
He's on a hat-trick, Amarian O'Brien. He does take the shot. Didn't get enough behind it, and it's cleared away by Glenmuir, who now look to apply some pressure on Amarian O'Brien. Can't lose it here, and he doesn't do so. He blasts it down the line, and that one is going to go out for a goal kick, as that chance goes begging, and maybe that's the last big chance for Garvey Maceo.
Yeah. I can't blame him for necessarily not putting it into the box, but might have been the best option.
As a flicked on header, the keepers come out all the way, and Shavori Cayman had to get there, and he did. It's a mix-up between Garvey Maceo players. It's good play by Glenmuir just to retain possession. Now ball looking to switch over to that other side. Still with Glenmuir though. Tomlinson is tackled from behind, but the referee says Garvey Maceo player won the ball though. As time is now ticking away, and Glenmuir with Errol Miller skips away from the challenge. He's been held back. Gets it into the box. Oh, it's gone in! It looped over the head of Shavori Cayman, and it was turning at the back stick. And if it wasn't cemented before, it certainly is now. Christopher Rodney's delivery makes it 5-2 to Glenmuir, and the holders of the Da Costa Cup are going out at the round of 16 stage.
Yeah, it's certain now. It's a goal-laden day. A miscued cross. Rodney, goalkeeper, really should have done better. But we said that O'Brien's wonder strike was one of little consequence, and Glenmuir have scored once more to further drive home that point. Garvey Maceo, the reigning champions in the Da Costa Cup, are out at the round of 16 stage. For the second season running, the reigning champions of the Da Costa Cup are out at the round of 16 stage right here at Glenmuir. It was Clarendon College last season. This time around, it's a team in yellow, the Cubans. Disappointment, I'm sure, all around for Garvey Maceo. But Glenmuir, 9 points from 9. They look like a team that's rolling.
Yeah, they're in absolutely flying form, and really no team in the Da Costa Cup would want to play them when they're looking like this. Kicked off and underway. We've played all 9 additional minutes. It's all just a formality now. But Glenmuir showing no signs of slowing down. They're coming away again here, and they've got numbers in the box again. Crucial challenge as this Glenmuir team is absolutely ruthless. And the referee has blown up. Aurel Miller waves goodbye. And the defending champions of the Costa Cup, Garvey Maceo, are out. Glenmuir High dominant from minute 1 to minute 90 plus. And what's been an astonishing afternoon of football, the final scoreline here reads Glenmuir High 5, Garvey Maceo 2. We'll be right back after this with full-time highlights and more. I hate Ferran so much.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
Much quicker. And you need to make sure. I'm the coach. And I'm the assistant coach. No. Your job is to bring the water and keep us hydrated. Matter of fact, where's the water? I've got it, coach.
Welcome back to CVM TV's live and exclusive coverage of the Costa Cup 2025. Final scoreline here, Glenmuir High 5, Garvey Maceo 2, and the holders of the Costa Cup are out at the round of 16 stage. I'm going to take you through everything as it happened in the full-time highlights. And in what was a very, very impressive Glenmuir performance, it started off inside 3 minutes, long through from Kamari Ray, flicked on and into the path of the danger man Dustin Cohen, who opened the scoring, expertly dispatched. And Kamari Ray, it would not be his last crucial action, but Glenmuir coming forward once again, pulling it back, looking for Orion Watson, their star man, couldn't control it, came to Watson, but it was cleared, and then right down the other end, Garvey Maceo trying to get in. It would come to Rajay McLaughlin here, but the first touch evaded him. It allowed Murray the opportunity to come out and claim it eventually, and the chance went begging for Garvey Maceo. It would have been a big chance to go 1-1 there. Another chance here, Malik Robinson thrashing that one from distance, but again Justin Murray equal to it, and then Dustin Cohen turn provider, lovely ball into the box, and the glancing header from Aurel Miller had all it needed, and no chance for Shavori Cayman, and then Kamari Ray would have an impact again. Ball over the top to this man once more, Aurel Miller cuts it onto his left foot and just slides it in at that near post. Again, Shavori Cayman beaten, and it was 3-0 at halftime to Glenmuir, and they had a mountain to climb, Garvey Maceo. This was the last chance before halftime. Devilish delivery from O'Brien, but went out. And this the crucial moment, just moments into the second half. Poor challenge, that time from Nicely. O'Brien stepped up and dispatched. And we thought just maybe they would start to climb that big old mountain. Garvey Maceo. It was 3-1 inside 3 minutes. Another O'Brien delivery. Ajani Johnson was there at the back post, but just missed out with his finish. And then this pretty much sealed it. An absolute thunderbolt from O'Neill Headley. Came and got something on it, but the power of the strike was way too much for the goalkeeper to handle. Another chance immediately for the substitute, Christopher Rodney, who tried to open his body up and get it into the top corner, but in the end it went high over the bar. More Garvey Maceo opportunities to come forward. It was 4-1 at this point. They were desperately trying to find something. But in the end, Glenmuir would come forward once more, skip away from the challenge that time, hook the ball towards the back post. It was turned in eventually by Jonathan Tomlinson, but the cross that came in from Rodney may have gone in either way. And we'll take a look at full-time stats here. As the stats really and truly tell the story. 12 shots each, 6 for Glenmuir, 5 for Garvey Maceo, 8 fouls to 11. Just 1 yellow card on the day. Garvey Maceo had more of the corners, and Glenmuir edged out possession 51-49. And we're going to go to Janae Robinson, who's on the ground with some full-time interviews.
Coach, a commanding 5-2 victory today. What are your immediate thoughts after today's game?
I think the good thing is that we managed to score 5 goals. At some times in the game we struggled to find a rhythm, but in the moments that we found one, we are creating goals on it. So it was an okay performance, and I'm happy that the boys could come and display the talent that they have.
I'm glad you brought that up because we definitely saw better control in transition, a fewer defensive lapses, I would say. Was that a direct focus in training coming to this one?
It's just part of the game. If you struggle to keep the ball and have to be defending a lot, then there's a moment transition from defense to attack, and we are doing well on that. So that's good for us, that in moments we can't have a lot of the ball, there's still a threat for us.
As we go into the business end of the competition, something that I noticed today is after halftime, when Garvey Maceo started to show some presence in the game, your composure was pretty calm. Is that something that you tend to practice, especially as you get to the busier end of the season?
That's just me, naturally. And also, it's very important that that you transmit that calm energy and not panic as the game gets tough. It's part of the game that they have to suffer a little bit.
Yes.
And we manage that.
All right, thank you, Coach. All the best for the rest of the
welcome.
season. And now we welcome the head coach of Garvey Maceo. Coach Lester Hibbert, you always have a smile on your face, and you were pretty animated throughout the game. Both on and off the field, Garvey Maceo showed their presence, but this defeat probably was a tough one for you. Can you talk about today's game?
Yes, it's a tough defeat for us to take here today. But at the end of the day, we just have to regroup and come again. Congrats to Glenmuir on that victory today. So they move on, and we are now to the Ben Francis.
Yes, well, let's talk about today's game. You showed moments of light. What do you think caused the momentum to shift in a way, going into Glenmuir's favour?
So let us assess the game. When we look at the game, it was a game of moments and chances.
Yes.
Well, we gave away like 4 to 5 goals. When you look at the highlights, you saw the mistakes that were made here today, and we pay daily for those mistakes. So that's just football. When you make mistakes, a team like Glenmuir, they're going to punish you, and that's what caused the result here today.
You talk about that punishment. They posed big problems all afternoon.
Yes.
What aspect of their play was hardest for your team to contain?
So let us assess the game. They didn't break us down. It was just errors from our goalkeeper. When you look at the game, you can watch back the video. It was just errors, and you can't control it. If you made errors like that, and a team like Glenmuir score on you, then it forces you now to open up and play. Then it comes down with more errors. So even when we got back a goal and searching for more goals, we continue to make the errors here today, and that's what earned us here today.
A lot of lessons learned today, Coach, but all the best as you continue in this competition, and all the best in Ben Francis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, you heard it from both coaches. Fireworks all afternoon here. And the headline of this fixture is that the defending champions, Garvey Maceo, have gone out at the round of 16. Final scoreline here reads Glenmuir high 5, Garvey Maceo 2. I've been Lalant in the Golding. Thanks as well to Leger Williams, but we're going to take you through the top striker before we go. And the top striker for this afternoon's game, O'Neill Headley, for his absolutely fantastic free kick. I mean, the sheer power behind it was something special. Came and couldn't keep it out. And it was one of the 2 best goals that we saw today. And it wasn't just his goal, but his defensive performances as well were absolutely fantastic. And O'Neill Headley this afternoon was your top striker, presented by Bert's Auto Parts. And here is a look at the final standings for the round of 16, Zone 3. This result proving massive. Garvey Maceo only needed a point this afternoon, but in the end, Glenmuir's dominance was telling, and Clarendon College, with their victory over Magotty, have booked their spot in to the next round of the Da Costa Cup. Once again, shocking result. The champions are out. And that's going to be it from us here. But before we go, Mona High take on Jamaica College Wednesday. That's tomorrow, 2 p.m. Massive game in the Manning Cup. And it's a double header because Kingston College are taking on Calabar High, kicking off at 4:15 p.m. So more big time schoolboy football action coming up tomorrow. Live and exclusive on CVM TV. But that's it from us here on our coverage of this big time clash between Glenmuir and Garvey Maceo. I've been Lyle Anthony Golding. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to Janae as well as Leger Williams. And it's bye-bye for now. Stay tuned for more schoolboy football on CVM TV.